Today on A Commonly Good MTG, we're playing a Rakdos-based dragon deck that picked up over on the Aether Hub. This thing looks incredible. They got Terror of the Peaks, Bonehoard, got a little Stingerback, and we got some Dragon Ramp to get those guys out as early as possible. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the 7-time heavyweight tiddlywink champion of Turtleneck, New Jersey, Dr. Yukon Suckett. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Suckett. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by PobrePlaninauta, which I've talked to him before. He said it means poor planeswalker, and that's what we're playing today. It's a deck called Rakdos Terror Dragons. Rakdos Terror Dragons. I usually try to stay away from decks posted by other YouTube Magic deck guys, but this deck was too good. And it's about a month and a half old, so I figured I'm not going to steal too much of the glory here for this particular deck. All I can say is it is a fantastic deck in the trials I played with it so far. And, dragons and Magic go back 1,000 years. I always love a good dragon tribal deck, and I think this is it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards in the deck. We'll talk a little bit how this deck should work, and then we're going to go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here today? We got creature kill. We got this guy can pump for as much as you got mana. More creature kill. Hasty 2/2. We got the ability to kill, to do 2 points of damage to something, +1 for each dragon in your hand you're willing to show. This guy will, whenever he attacks, you can go look at top 6 cards of your library, reveal a single dragon card and put it into your hand. This one does 3 points of damage to each creature or destroys all artifacts with mana of 3 or less. This guy he's a 2 mana for any dragon spell you want to cast. And you can play dragons out of the graveyard. So awesome. That's your dragon ramp right there. This guy goes and finds them. This guy lets you play them. Atsushi, he's a dragon, and when he dies, you get treasure tokens. Or you can, grab some cards and play them until the end of your next turn. What is this guy? He's got, you can play your opponent's cards, or whenever it attacks, you can create a treasure tokens. This guy he's a 7/7, but he's -1/- for each card in your hand, so hopefully you can empty your hand out pretty quick and go to crazy town on people with flying and trample. The Bonehoard, flying for strike. Under your upkeep, exile top 2 cards of the library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land, you create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. And if you exile another one, you create a treasure token. So we get some treasures and stuff. Terror of the Peaks, flying 5/4. Let's see, what does it say? Spells your opponent's cast that target this costs an additional 3 life to cast. So he has basically ward 3. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, this guy deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. So we got some big dudes here, potentially 7. We got 4s, we got 5s. So we get 3s. We can start laying dudes down and just bang, 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 knocking up other people's creatures or going straight to people's faces. What do we got over here? We've got something that we can use to put dragons out. We got little spirit guys being able to pull things back from the graveyard. And a whole truckload. I've got a man land and a bunch of dual color lands there. So what are we going to do? We're going to control the board a little bit with the invasion, go for the throat and cut down. Other than that, it's just try to hasty get out a bunch of cards that'll hopefully get us into dragons, and then just start nailing everything we can with Terror of the Peaks. If we get 2 of them out, that's even better. If we get 3 of them out, that's even better. Oh, that's the dream, everyone. That's the dream. All right, so that's it. It's just chaos and mayhem, everything Rakdos wants, right? Before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, Please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. Alright, we're playing against Kerroa. Something like that. 2 mana. Is that enough? We can get a coyote out. Alright, let's play it. I don't know. We'll see. Non-creature, non-land card. I like how they came up with, well, I mean, I know it's Magic the Gathering, or Magic, Dungeons and Dragons thing, but Vaishino, just so they don't have to say, like, Dragon Man or something, you know? What's different? What's the lizard folk then? These guys don't have any. He knows I'm playing dragons. So that's cool. Let's just go crazy. Let's go send out our wily coyote. All right, this guy's playing Sultai. That's not great. You steal from me, my awesome dragon. Alright, go get him. I mean, I know you're going to block. You just need to clear the board a little bit. Anytime he tries to come after you, it's 2 life, you lose. I like it. He also has to waste 4 mana to put him out, too. You coming at me, brah? Do I have any dragons in my graveyard? I do not. What a ham-fisted giant. All right, 5/5. At least we can use Rivaz to bring back this guy from the graveyard. Let's get him stronger. Beefier, better than before. Jerk. All right, well, that felt good. That felt really good. My guy's got flying, so that's awesome. Let's just burn some houses down. How does that sound? Burn it! We're burninating. Ooh, we got a dragon back too. That's cool. Alright, down to 4. Gotta remember I can use that man land. I'm not going to touch it, because I don't want him to know about it. Two and 2, down to 6. Alright, he's stealing things from our graveyard. That's not cool, man. Still, I think we got him. And we win! In your face, you non-dragon playing jerkwad. Victory! Alright, we are playing against dasuprbob. Dasuprbob. The supper. I don't know, man. That's as much as I can get out of it. Alright, I got 2 mana. That'll go a long way towards these 3 cards right there. I put some guys out so I can kill them. Dragon! I just want to kill some stuff now. That's pretty much it. I sure hope I pull a mana on my next turn. Mana! What's he got up there? Stingerback. That guy will not be good for him. This guy playing Dragon 2? Are we playing, what is it called? The, dual deck? No, that's not it. Mirror deck. That's what we're playing. So he's got all this red. I've got lots of other colors, as in black, other than red. Alright, so that gives me 5 mana, essentially. I guess I'll put out Terror of the Peaks. Is that guy prepared for it? Let's find out. You know, there was a time in the olden days when red had a counterspell. I don't even remember what it did exactly. It wasn't just counter, probably, but it was a crazy time. But you had to worry about that. Like, if you're playing with somebody with red, they had counterspells. Alright, I'm going to totally kill you. Oh, don't care. I'm going to take care of your other guy. Your Terror of the Peak's going to die. Oh, except I can't now, can I? Alright, I'll just have to play it the other way then. A lot like this. Death. Death. I even pay the blood price for that. Thundery Raju coming in to get you. Alright, cool. Terror of the Peaks. Yoink. Alright, in for 5. Alright, so next turn I can throw out some guy for 4, and that'll do 8 points of damage straight up. No blocks, we're cool. I really hope he just can't do 7 more damage this turn. He could do 5, potentially. And we win! That's a potty pants right there. Victory! We're playing against Lebelgian. Lebelgian. Yep, that's it. Which I believe means the whale's vagina. Alright, we got 3 mana. That's cool. You get some red out there, so I'll play the slow red. And I'll keep the honkers going. It's fine. Howdy! Alright, so we can keep Rivaz at next turn. That means we can put Bonehoard Dinosaur out the turn after that. He's playing Gruul, so the chances are we might do pretty well. No tax. Not making it through that scrap border. Ooh, good for you. I can afford to block with that guy. There's no pumpage going on there that I'm aware of. Okay, that's pumping. Pump, pump, a pump, a pump. Eek! Terror of the Peaks. No tax. All right, with what we got, we could definitely get out the Bonehoard, all right, on this next turn. I don't need him anymore. I'm not, yeah, okay, that's great. Origin can just live with it. I'm not going to I am not going to sit there and go, oh, Terror of the Peaks can totally block. You got a man open, man. All right, do I care about his mana boy? Guess I do. All right, in for 5. Let's go. I mean, I know I could have just done 5 points of damage to him. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Looks like I didn't do any points of damage to him. Victory! All right, we're playing against EmperorKata. Keep. All right, we get out the Dragonland, at which point we can go for the throat on somebody. Not a particularly great hand. I'd take care of Brotherhood's in if I were you. All right. So you have to take Brotherhood in, otherwise I would just... you know, kill it. What is going on? I see. I need 2 colors is what I need. Oh, let's see. Choose 1 dragon out of the mix here, huh? We just got to grind our way through this guy. Oh, here comes the stupid Devastator. Nice. This is Brotherhood in this thing. Boink. I don't have 2 reds. This is getting ridiculous. Oh my god. These lands are great, but it's like I need colors, man. That's not the color that I need. I mean, I don't even need dragons to play with this thing. Do I have anything in the graveyard? Nope, nothing. Well, he's running out of cards. That's all I can really say about this. All right, come on, something awesome. Yeah, I guess Terror of the Peaks will have to do. Of course, I don't have 2 reds, so I can't... Oh, I got dragon color. That's fine. There he is. There's a red. All right, in for 5. Yeah, black is just being brutal. I mean, I'll kill it this next turn. I mean, pretty much everything, but I can't get after that guy. I have to sacrifice Terror of the Peaks for this? I will. I guess I'll have to. Alright, we're not. We're going to be able to use the Coyote on this. Let's see. 2. Right there. Alright, in for all that. Down to 2. Okay, we're tied up at this point. Who's going to win this thing? If he gets a shoulder out, I'm toast. That's not going to do it. Alright, there's number 3. And a win! Suck it, you black card plane troll story lover. Victory! Alright, we're playing against tchelo. Three mana. We do not have any... Oh, we got a dragon finally. Like I said, we got a bunch of guys that want to go play with dragons, but we got no dragons. Alright, let's Coyote ourselves in there. If you like blocking, you can. Haste! Go get him. And, is Shivan really going to do it for me? Sure. Oh, I wonder why he blocked the 2 rather than the 3. Maybe just has a thing against coyotes. Yeah, he hates the coyote. Alright, I got too much for... Let's just put this guy out. Too much for the Stingerback. Too many cards in my hand. That's the problem. I'll take this guy. Is that a clue? I gotta empty my hand. No, there's Stingerback. What am I discarding here? Let's get rid of Stingerback. He's kind of a turn in my hand right now. I got too many cards. You sure are a jerk. All right, I'll take Troll's treasure tokens. That's fine. What are you putting out next turn? The guy I'm just going to kill. I can deal with that. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I paid too many. Alright, hopefully he can live a turn. So I can kill Ganashi, but I was kind of hoping to do it right now. Alright, it's down to 2 mana. That shouldn't be too rough. Yoink. Do we have anybody with haste? Alright, let's just do it with this guy. And we win in your face. I was going to evade. Victory. Alright, Here we are with Rakdos Terror Dragons, and it was fantastic. It was a fantastic deck. Let me just get my final thing up here. I ended up getting an 80% win rate. Here's the deal. I played it in the play queue. That's where I got 80%. When I played it over in the ranked queue, I got 0%. I played it twice. It wasn't working. I probably would, if I would have stuck to it, it probably would have done fine. This deck is really well balanced. I just didn't want to keep losing anything off my ranked. So I just pulled back over here and continued to play it. Yeah, over here, it was just wiping the board with everybody. I went up against a mono blue, and well, I think I just gave up on that one because I hate getting countered. And played against mono white. That one did very well for some reason. I don't know. This deck is just very, very, very good. It's hard. It's like, here's the thing I have to say about it. It is a dragon deck, and dragon decks sometimes are the best decks out there. And lately, dragon decks have not been. I don't know what the deal is. They just don't do as well as angels or something. There's not a lot of synergy. There's something wrong with them. But this particular deck is very well balanced. And you get your dragons out, and they come out as a threat, and they do a really good job. So I got to say, I was incredibly impressed with this deck. It is somebody. It's another guy. What's his name? Let me look it up real quick here. I just shut it down. PobrePlaninauta. I usually don't like to take from other dudes that put out Magic videos, but this one came from over a month ago, and about a month and a half ago. So I thought, it's been enough time. I was really impressed with this deck. I wanted to play it and show it to other people. So here we go. All right, let's get down to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the guy that totally made this deck jump from one level to the next? I can tell you, to me, there was kind of two of them. Number one, it was Terror of the Peaks, because when you start putting in other dragons, you start just nailing everybody else's guys. But he is at the top of the list there. So therefore, I usually say the stuff that's at the top should be great just because they cost the most. But I can tell you the number one guy, so I'm going to give you honorable mention, Terror of the Peaks. Number one guy was Rivaz of the Claw. Just because he was able to go out for 3 and then immediately give you the ability to put out, well, not immediately, on the next turn, you could do 5 because he gives you 2 mana to spend towards any dragon creature, which meant I could immediately then play on that next turn any of the other dragons I have, as long as he can stay alive for one stupid turn. And I can play guys from the graveyard. So in this deck, Rivaz of the Claw was by far the most valuable player. So I got to give it to you, Rivaz. Congratulations, you are going to Disneyland. All right, so let's see. Was this deck competitive? I'm going to say yes, it was. Like I said, I was croaking away at like 100% on the play queue for freaking ever, and that's when I decided to go over to ranked. In which case, I started getting my butt beat, and I came back over to play. I bet you it'd still do very well in ranked. I just didn't want to lose my points over there on something I was just messing around with. So I'm going to say yes, this is a competitive deck. I think it's got a lot of hope to it. It's got a lot of dragon ramp, and we got a lot of dragons, so that worked out great. Let's see, what comes after that? Was this deck fun? Yes. Yes. Why is that? Because we get to the dragons early. We got a little bit of board wipe in here with Brotherhood in. That usually does a good job. I'm glad that Cunning Coyote's in here. He doesn't really jive with anything else. He's not a dragon, right? He doesn't help dragons at all. But if you play them at the right time, if you got a bunch of mana, you could give your dragons haste, which would be fantastic. Plus, you can give it a popo, I guess, until the end of the turn. We got black in here for going after creatures. So since we're playing with Rivaz, we might as well play with some black control. It's disappointing there's only, 2 and 2. This deck might, I don't know, I did really great with what it was. I would have done 4 and 4. Invasion of Tarkir was, with all the dragons, I was able to use this way more effectively than I ever was before. Whenever a dragon controls attacks, it deals 2 damage. I had no idea what Defendant Thundermaw did. I completely wasted his ability sometimes. Yeah, no, Invasion of Tarkir in this deck is just Insanosaurus Rex. So altogether, I had a lot of fun with this deck. It was good time fun. Was this deck interesting? Yeah, it was Dragon Tribal. Absolutely was interesting. Yeah, like I said, we're seeing a lot of dinosaurs. We're not really seeing dragons. Yeah, this one was using full-on dragonness. We've got this guy, the Ogre Warrior. Loved him. He was doing great. I was able to go and pull dragons out of the top 6 cards of my library, put them into my hand. Perfect. he worked out fantastic. Plus, he had haste. Between Kolaghan and Rivaz, I was able to go get something I wanted and play it pretty much like that turn, preventing how things were going and how much mana I had. But nothing costs more than 5. And once I got out Terror of the Peaks, I could just start dropping bombs and taking out all of his stuff. The other thing is, if I really needed to, we had 2 points from the invasion plus like another, was it 1 per dragon you show? And yeah, we easily had 2 or 3 dragons in our hand at a particular point. The guy I'm a big problem with is Stingerback Terror. He can be a 7/7, but it's like, how am I really going to empty my hand that much to make him worthwhile? It only costs 4. So if I'm getting like a 4 or 5 head him, that's pretty decent still. Flying Trample, I could dig it. All right, so there we go. Let's add that all up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Was it interesting? Yes. So I am going to give this deck an A+. Congratulations, poor Planeswalker. This deck was excellent. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.